Well, hello everybody. I hope everybody's been doing good. I'm gonna give this a shot and see how it goes. I have been MIA. If you seen I guess it was probably my last video. My brother passed away on the 18th of December. He went on hospice at my other brother's house down in Mississippi on December the 1st. He was tired of fighting. He had had a tumor removed from his spine that had deadened him from the waist down. I guess that was the end of October, and about 2.5 weeks later, he was in the hospital. He had gotten sepsis. There was just so much going on with him. He had gotten sepsis, and he started losing feeling again. And they done a test, and the tumor had grew back. So 3 weeks to the day, I might add. I mean, from Sunday to Sunday, he had that tumor had grew back. And so he had to be rushed back to Mobile, Alabama, and have it removed again. And they just called it, they said they debulked it, is what they said, because they couldn't get it all. And they had rushed him over there to the point where I was about 6 hours away. I couldn't get there, and they done the surgery immediately. So they done the surgery before. I've got one brother that was over an hour away and another brother that was about an hour and a half or 2 hours away. So by the time anybody got over there, they had done finished the surgery. And or he was done taken back for the surgery. I don't know if they had finished it. But anyhow, when he woke up, the doctor, now of course he come out. We almost lost him during that surgery. They couldn't get him to wake back up again. So when he come out, he was intubated for another day or two because let me think now what it was. He had so many doctors involved, and it was so hard to keep everything straight, what was being said. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the carbon dioxide was building up in his blood. So come on. I'm waiting for somebody to turn here. I'm letting them go first. But the carbon dioxide was building up in his blood is kind of what was happening. So, but anyhow, he come back, and I'm sorry, I'm losing all my train of thought. The doctor come out and apologized and said that they were sorry about the nerves. And I'm, you know, he was kind of waking up from surgery, had a tube down his throat, couldn't ask any questions. And so, but basically it was, I guess they damaged nerves, and it was pretty much the signal of, Mr. Scoville, you're never gonna, you know, walk again, kind of, sort of. But, so they sent him back to, Pascagoula, and they were his first deal was he said, I'll give it a month. I'll do some radiation, I'll have physical therapy work with me, and let's see where this takes me. And y'all, his physical therapy come in and worked with him, and he couldn't even hold himself up, you know. He couldn't hold his trunk up, so to speak. And which that was, I thought, okay, we can overcome that. You know, we can overcome a lot. We already have. Well, then, I hate to even say anything about this, but I'm going to. Okay, a doctor come in. I don't know if you know what a hospitalist is. A hospitalist is a doctor. If you don't have like a family doctor, it is a doctor that will come in, and he's your doctor, okay, while you're in the hospital. He's kind of your general practitioner, I guess, is for lack of a better word. Well, this hospitalist, who we had a kind of a run-in with before, so to speak, or he had done a few things I wasn't happy with, comes into my brother's room when no one else is there. He's there by himself, and says, well, we're going to let you go home. And he said, what do you mean? Because he was supposed to be getting some physical therapy, you know, to kind of, if he wasn't never going to walk again, at least learn how to get from a wheelchair to a bed or whatever. And he basically told him that there's nothing more we can do for you. We're sending you home. Where are you going? Do you live alone? You know, just basically they were kicking him out of the hospital, okay? The nurses come in, took his IV out. They had the little blow-up things on his legs, you know, that kept blood clots down. Was removing all that stuff. I mean, you know, there's nothing more we can do for you. Your cancer's too far gone. And now this wasn't coming from his cancer doctor, mind you. His cancer doctor didn't even know any of this was going on, okay? His oncologist. And was just fixing to kick him out. Boy, I tell you what, you talk about being mad. I ain't never been so mad in all my life. Well, he calls my other brother in a panic, who's the closest to him, and told him what was happening. And so he called his cancer doctor, his oncologist, and his oncologist called the hospital and said, oh, no, there's been some kind of mistake. He's supposed to be going down to physical therapy. We're going to start radiation as soon as his back heals up. We had a plan. And I still haven't filed a formal complaint against that doctor. And I don't know that I will. But I don't know. But basically that day my brother was like, okay, that's it. He's been told by a medical professional, and I use air quotes because I don't think he's that there's nothing more we can do. I mean, you're done. You're toast, so to speak. You know, we're unhooking you. We're sending you somewhere, but we're getting you out of our hospital. I mean, and he was alone. He was alone. He was by himself. Now, the least he could have done was said, do you have any family members here close? We've kind of made a plan here, and we need to talk to someone. You know, don't give somebody that kind of information when they're by themselves. And he's been through so much. But anyhow, y'all, I could rant about this all day. I'm just going to tell you. So, well, I'm pulling back up to work, y'all. I just kind of wanted to get on here and say hi. I'm doing okay. I filmed a what is it? I can't think, y'all. So, I filmed a unboxing before we went down to the coast. Here's the deal. We went to Mississippi the first weekend of December, the second weekend of December, and the third weekend of December. And the third weekend on the 18th is the day my brother passed away. We were supposed to be headed home that day. We were going to go down and take care of some business for him, and then we were going to be headed home. But that morning, when he woke up, he wasn't waking up good, and my brother that he was staying with called me, and he said, Sandy, he said, can you come on over here and see if you can get him to wake up? So I could get a response out of him when nobody else could. I'm his baby sister. So I went in and I talked to him, and at first he was looking kind of right through me. And so I kind of got right down in his face. And I said, Dennis, I said, it's Sandy. I said, I'm here. And my other brother was standing behind me, and he said, Sandy said he changed his gaze, and he said, he's seeing you. I said, yeah, he is. He's seeing me. I said, Dennis, I said, we're going to go to Pascagoula and take care of some business stuff for you. And we'll be back in a little while. And he very subtly nodded. And I'm trying not to cry, y'all. I'm sorry. I said, are you hurting? And he kind of ever so slightly nodded no. And I told him, I said, I love you. And so I kind of stepped. We had him sitting where you could kind of step in the doorway and him not see you. You know, his head was by the door. So whenever I felt like I was going to lose it, I would walk away and kind of get behind him and get myself together, because I didn't want to see him cry. It really bothered him to see me cry. It hurt him. And so I tried not to cry in front of him. But anyhow, I stepped back, and then my husband was on the other side of the bed, and he looked at my brother, it was across from him, and mouthed the words, didn't say it audibly, said, "Is he breathing?" You know, and my brother Harry, he kind of said, "I don't think so." It's almost like he had stopped. About that time, he gasped, took a breath. And so I come back into the room, not where Dennis could see me, but right there. And he took another deep breath, and then he was gone. Very peaceful, very peaceful. My sister-in-law, who is a physical therapist, she had a stethoscope, and so we kind of listened. My brother did, and then she did, and there was nothing. So we called hospice, and my brother lives in a very small town, and he's friends with the coroner. So he went ahead and called the coroner, and I think by the time hospice got there, I think the coroner was already there. And but anyhow, I sure do miss him. I miss him terribly. I know he's in a better place, but we as humans are selfish, and we want to keep him. I wanted him here, but not like he was. If he couldn't get out and fish and walk on the beach, he didn't want to be here. He had never been married, never had kids. So, but anyhow, so I'm gonna get off of here. I've got to go into work, and I'm sitting here. I got to dry my eyes. So, but I made a video before we went to the coast. It's an unboxing, and I'm gonna upload it. So, and then try to get this uploaded here the next day or two. And y'all, I'm gonna try to get back started again. We kind of have to move on, you know. So, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. And he would not want me to be unhappy and be crying all the time. That's just how he was. So, but y'all, I appreciate your prayers and your thoughts, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm gonna do some videos about this. I had never heard of multiple myeloma before. I'm getting a text message there, and I'm gonna do a little video, kind of a how his symptoms started, and I may do it in parts, because it would be one long video if I try to do it all at once, especially the way I ramble. Can you tell? So, but I'd like to bring a little bit more awareness to multiple myeloma, because I never heard of it until my brother was diagnosed. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you, it is a disease straight from the devil. I mean, it just, I've never seen any. I've seen lots of kinds of cancers, but this kind of cancer is, for lack of a better word, is kind of sneaky. I mean, there's so much that is going on. Now, they're making some progress in it, a lot of progress, which is good. But I joined a support group about a month or two before my brother passed away. I found a support group. My other brothers told me about it. And I'd been kind of keeping up and reading, and I thought, dadgum, there's a lot to this disease. So, but of course, it is with all cancers. All cancers are evil. But thank y'all so much. I really do appreciate the prayers and the good thoughts and your patience. That really means a lot to me. So, but thank you, and I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and God bless.